Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than the unsuccessful man with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. The slogan, press on, has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. Calvin Coolidge. That's one of my favorite quotes ever. Persistence, my friends, continuing to push forward. And everybody else tells you to stop. Oh, you can't chart the market. Oh, it's all fixed. It's an inside game. Nobody can figure this out. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Those of you who have been with me for years, who have slowly come to master the markets, you know this is not true. How is it not true? Well, when you learn to enter trades that have a high percentage of succeeding, and you also limit your losses with our always winning technique, and you let your profits run. And again, I tell everybody, it's real simple. All you do is when you enter a trade, you use one time, and that is on the weekly chart, use one time the average true range, which again gives you the average true range over a 14 market day period. So you have some idea as to recent volatility. You capture that first amount of profit in one-time ATR. You set your little forecasting tools. If it's going down, short position. If it's going up, long position. You go ahead and plug that info in there. You put in your good till canceled sell order on your practice trade. The minute that your order is accepted, or you pick your opening point, that is your starting point where you jump in, buy position, and you go ahead and lock in your good till canceled sell order, one-time ATR. If the trade doesn't work, you get out at one-time ATR on the loss. You can also size your position based upon the volatility to, again, reduce your risk. And then what happens? Once you sell half that trade at one-time ATR, if the trade still looks good, you let the profits ride. And again, and again, as long as you follow the rules. And we cover this in several of the trainings. If you follow the rules and the always winning method, all you've got to do is win 4 times out of 10. You can do the math. It's there. In fact, I'm going to find that training, put it into today's video just so everybody sees it. You'll get a kick out of it. So again, it just takes practice. Prove it to yourself. Please don't go out spending money. You will lose when you don't know what you're doing. You practice to show yourself approved. Let's jump into these charts. Where are we on the S&P? Well, we've not been up to 75% or more. I prefer 80% probability. You know, when we're jumping into a trade, where are we right now? Well, we see on our probability scale, we're going down to about 35% bullish, about 65% bearish, as we see things backing off just a little bit for the day. But you can see we're not getting up to those heights that we were able to get up to before. We have a red spinning top, lots of indecision on the Tuesday, Wednesday, lower volume candle. And we see where things really pounded down in the morning, recovered a little bit in the afternoon, still didn't have average volume there. So prices ranging, slipping sideways, slipping more bearish. Again, we do have a green candle for the week. We don't have a lot of volume backing any of this up. That's why our probabilities are poor. So what do you do when your probabilities are poor? Of course, you don't enter a trade. You wait till your probabilities are high. Then you start looking at the entry points, the sell points, all those kinds of things. Well, we don't have anything strong right now on the S&P. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ 100. It is more bullish, slightly bullish, about 60% or so. Expected moves around $4.50. Buy zone somewhere around 529. We're at 528 right now. So again, as things continue to move, we'll look at hopefully things will, not a lot going on today. In the end, just 0.06%. Green spinning top, not a lot of volume down in the morning, but it did recover some in the afternoon. So we will keep an eye on the NASDAQ 100, on the Qs. Let me look at my notes here, see if I get anything else for you as far as the Qs go. We've got our long entry points. We got a target. Again, that long entry point somewhere around the 529. We've got our long target up to about 532, 535. Again, we just don't have a good percentage prediction, though. We're only at 60% bullish. So I don't pull the trigger till I'm up around 80%. But as we look at the charts, we don't have volume backing up any of the price, except the down, almost up to volume in that down move in the morning. So we'll keep our powder dry, continue to watch, see how things develop. Now, this is interesting. We're getting up to about 70% bearish now. We've been bearish. I'm looking back here. Yeah, we started off the week slightly bearish on 20-year U.S. government bonds. We then slid into sideways and bearish yesterday, and today we are bearish up to about 70% on TLT. As we see things slipping on that 2-day with average volume pounding down in the morning, not quite as much in the afternoon. Overall 1.36% down. That's a big downer. After these 3 weeks of up movement, this green spinning top that may very well go into what? A red spinning top. And of course, look what we have. We have interim high here, an interim high with lots of volume. That happened last week. If we turn into average or more volume with a red spinning top here, you can darn sure bet that I'll be looking to go short at the end of the week. We still have 2 days left, so we may be finding ourselves doing a practice trade going short on TLT. You might say, Tom, what's going short on TLT? That would be TBF, Tango Bravo Foxtrot. What is that? That is the ProShares short. What happens there? Well, it's the short on U.S. government bonds. And this is, again, something you need to practice trade. Not everybody likes inverse funds. I don't like the ones that are leveraged, but I do like messing around with the single inverse funds. Means when 20-year U.S. government bonds goes down 1%, this $24.71 fund goes up 1%. So again, they're different dollar amounts, the funds are, but the way that these inverse funds are set up with derivatives is to match the inverse of what's happening with the underlying fund. That would be TLT. Now remember, fees are considerably higher, sometimes 10 times higher, and they're repriced every day, so you can magnify your losses. That's why, my friends, you practice trade them, see if you like them. If you don't like them, then if you're in 20-year U.S. government bonds on a practice trade, you just pull it. You don't write it down, then you buy back when the buying's right. If you do want to practice trade those inverse funds, that's something for you to know, something for you to practice. I have a great teaching on that, by the way. You can look it up at YouTube, or you can look it up at the website too. It is Inverse Funds, How to Make Money When Markets Crash. Let's move on to gold. Where are we? Well, gold has been the bright shining star, as gold is apt to be all week. What do we see going on with gold? Well, we can look back and see on Monday where we were, Tuesday, we were strongly bullish on gold. That was for the close of business on Monday. So the Tuesday, as we were jumping into Tuesday, we were strongly bullish. We can see on Wednesday, bullish 75%. We were bullish 75% on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And of course, as we go into Thursday, the bullishness pulled off a little bit down to 65%, but still we feel good about gold continuing to move on. It slowed down some today, 0.10%, still in the green. Beautiful week, higher high, almost up to average volume already. Average volume on the 2-day. We are paying attention because we didn't reach a higher high on the Tuesday, Wednesday. You can see where we're sliding along. So part of the reason that we've come down from 70% to 65%. So keep an eye on gold. Let me tell you this, we're looking at resistance at $270.47, the $272.50 level, support around 260 to 258. Trying to see what else we got here. Long entry point around 268.50, a long target around 270 to 272. So again, gold, a little bit of the luster as we get into the end of the market on Wednesday going into Thursday, slowing down but still looking quite pretty. Lastly, we'll go over to Bitcoin. And as we look at Bitcoin, this is HODL. It is the Bitcoin ETF. We can see that it has gone from sideways to slightly bearish. Then that was about 55% bearish, about 60%. And as we move into today, the bullishness has gone up quite a bit as bearishness has dropped down. As we look at things, we can see where had a red spinning top in the morning, green up candle in the afternoon. We'll continue to keep an eye on Bitcoin, see if it is going to get any spark and start to turn around. We saw where Bitcoin popped up back on the morning of Friday, the 7th of February. That didn't take off, but maybe things are finding a bit of an interim bottom. We'll keep an eye on things. Lots of volume last week and the week before and the week before that. But this week we will see how high and nice it's going to get for us. Not a lot of volume on this latest 2-day candle, reaching lower lows. So we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin as we continue to move through this week. So appreciate you being with us. Always love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com is how to reach out to us. God bless my friends. All the best from chartingwealth.com.